So that's why I say good morning. And yeah, so let's get started, guys. Well, my name is Karthikeyan. I work on Workday. Sorry, I'm working on Workday for about close to 6 years now, and I'm a certified consultant. Yeah, moving on about the demo session. Thank you so much for showing interest in terms of learning Workday. And yeah, so we will see what exactly we are going to cover in this particular demo session, and then we will get started. And thank you so much for you guys. So what exactly we are going to see in this particular training is that we are going to learn about core HCM fundamentals, okay, or I will call it as HR core services. All right, so when I'm saying HR, you are not going to be the local HR, you are working as an IT HR, okay. And we will also cover the technical part about integrations. All right. So our agenda for today is going to be about the introduction to Workday and the details about the training agenda. What is the each topic that we're going to cover on, and we're going to move on to intro to ERP and the differences between cloud and client server ERP. All right. And what we do is that we will put up, this is about like 30-minute session, which I would be taking you guys through. And out of this 30 minutes, let's have the last 10 minutes for the question and answer session. All right. So if anybody is having any sort of questions, you can ask me at the end of the session. Okay. Are we good? Yes, no, give me a response, guys.
Y- That sounds
Yes,
good.
yes.
Yes,
Perfect. All right. See, the ground rule, in my training that I expect is I don't want anybody to be on, mute. All right. As long as you have as long as you don't have any background noise, then I'm absolutely okay if you unmute yourself and you'll be active on my session. And two, I will be I keep on asking the questions, and yes, I would expect the response from everyone. I don't want my session to be a boring session, or neither. I don't want anybody to falling asleep. All right. So that's more or less, I wanted it to be a interactive session. Okay. And yeah, so talking about the introduction to a Workday. All right. So I said that, we will also talk about the ERP. So first we will start with, basically we will start with what is cloud ERP, and then we will see what is, what compresses the existing on-premises ERP and the current cloud ERP. So what is exactly the difference? What made the market, or what made the huge difference in terms of the cloud? All right, I'm not talking about specific to Workday. I'm talking about what is the difference that has happened earlier. What is the history? Okay, and we will talk about the current, and what we are also going to talk about the future, how it is going to be. All right. So that we will talk about the ERP, and we will cover this topic in our very first session, which is our introduction to ERP session. And we will also move on to, talking more about what is a cloud application is all about, how it differs from the other ERP, what are the basic advantages that we have in the cloud ERP comparing with the on-premises ERP. So I have been saying this on-premises ERP. That means like there are some legacy systems like PeopleSoft, SAP, and then there are some other legacy systems. So we are not going to talk about them, but we are going to compare the differences, what made the difference in the market, right? And then moving on, we will talk about the Workday, and what about, what are the different topics that we are going to cover and all that, right? So this is Workday, guys. All right, and I'm sure, you guys might have already researched a basic information, right? You might have what is a Workday, and the basic fundamental information you might have already have about it. And for somebody who don't know, yes, Workday is a cloud ERP, guys. All right, it is built on cloud, and it is a cloud ERP. Okay. And who is the founder of this particular Workday? The former CEO of PeopleSoft ERP, David, and the Chief Strategic Officer Anil Bushre. All right. So these are the two guys who have started the Workday in the year 2005, and the launch date in the year 2006. And it's November 2006 specific, right? So they're offering on-demand cloud-based services, that is HCM and the financial management. And this particular training is all about our Workday HCM. We are not going to talk about anything else. All right. And we cover this particular HCM services core, which is HCM fundamentals. And along with that, we are also going to cover the employee, that is ESS, employee self-services, and the MSS functionality as well, which is managerial self-services functionality as well. And also we will cover the technical concepts. So the word, when I'm using a word called technical, that is integrations in Workday. So there is nothing else. Like you might have been working on PeopleSoft, you might have been working on SAP, you might have been working on some other technology as well. All right. For you, the word technical means, all right, it's like coding, and you work on some kind of languages, and you do some, you work on the servers and all that. We don't do anything here in Workday. All right. So it's zero coding. When I'm saying zero coding, no coding in Workday. All right. So we don't do any coding. And for somebody who is from the HR background, non-HR, non-ERP background, you can be relaxed. There is no coding. All that you use is the delivered functionality by the Workday. All right. So I'll tell you what exactly is the delivered functionality. All right. When it moves on to the other classes. So that's about our particular introduction to Workday, guys. So now let's quickly go through with the training schedule. Okay. So yeah, you guys are able to see my training schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So the very first chapter in this is going to be, okay, the core concepts and the navigation. All right. So this is what exactly we're going to learn. All right. In our particular training agenda, in our 25 days of our training agenda, we are going to learn all this particular topic. So if I take you guys through the individual topics, what exactly we're going to cover. All right. Let's do that. Okay. So the first chapter in this training is the core concepts and the navigation. So we will see the overview or about the cloud ERP, and then we will move on what are the core concepts that are very important for us, and we will see what is a business object, what is the beauty of the business object, and then we will cover the basic navigation and the additional navigation. All right. So I have used a terminology called beauty of the business object and the navigation. Okay. So if you ask me, all right, out of my experience, I will say the beauty of the business object or the navigation is that it's incomparable with the other ERP systems. Okay, so why I'm saying that is because now it's as simple as you're using an Amazon or a Facebook. Okay, you want to see that how it look like? This is my live tenant, guys. Okay, so when I'm saying this is my live tenant, okay, so you see the colorful icons here, and it is zooming and everything. It is as simple as the Facebook and Amazon. So what we do usually in the Amazon and the Facebook, so let's talk about the Amazon more. What we do in the Amazon, if we wanted to buy a product, or if we wanted to search for a product, we just search for it. Okay, let's say I wanted to buy a Bose home theater. So what I will do, I will just type it as Bose home theater in the Amazon search bar, and I will have the search result. All right. So I don't think so I need to give the example of that as well. So yeah, so what we do usually, we just go ahead and we will search it. Okay, let's do that. If somebody wants to see that, what exactly we do. Okay, so one moment. I'm just opening up the Amazon, guys. Okay, and that's an Indian site. All right, so what exactly I'm doing here, I'm sure there are very best shoppers around, so it's okay. So let's say I wanted to find out for a Bose Bluetooth Bluetooth speaker, and what exactly I can see here, I have all the search results, and towards my left side, what I have, category. All right, I can sort my category according to my area of interest. Okay, so I can go by the average customer rating, I can go by the price range, I can go by the brand specific to, I will just say the checkbox as Bose. All right, and I will go only specific to the brand, and more or less, I can, what exactly I'm doing here is that I am filtering it, I'm adding my filter condition according to my area of interest. Okay, so the same thing similarly we do in the workday. All right, so in workday, what exactly I'm going to do, I'm going to search for the people. Let's say I'm going to search for a person called James, and I have the search result towards my center of the page or towards my right side, and towards my left side I have the category. Right, now I have so many people here, and I can also see there are some other supervisory, or there are some other tasks as well which I can see. Let's say I'm confused with it. All right, I wanted to see only the people. Okay, then I will filter the category by people, and then I will have the search result. Okay, so what exactly I'm doing here, I am filtering it according to my area of interest. Right, that's a beauty. All right, so that's the easy navigation part. Okay, it's as simple as you are browsing on Amazon and the Facebook. So whatever you feel like, whatever uh, you think that you wanted to type in, whatever the task that you wanted to perform, you will just type in here. Okay, and the other part of the beauty of the business object, if you ask me what is a business object, which we will anyways cover in our first session, but however, just to show you on a high level, if you see, the beauty of the business object is that I can get onto the her manager's profile on the same page. All right, so that means, because I came from a previous, or let me say, since I came from the SAP background, I know what exactly is the problem. All right, I know what is the pain in terms of remembering the navigation, or in terms of accessing the data every time I have to open the new page, even comparing with the PeopleSoft as well. Right, we have to open up in the new tab, and then we have to perform that action. But whereas with Workday, you perform everything on the same screen, and that's why you see some of the hyperlinks, and then you see some of the related actions and all that. Right, we'll talk about all this, what is a related action and what is a hyperlink and all that, when it comes to our navigation topic. But if you see how colorful is that, all right, how easy is that in terms of accessing. Right, you see the photograph of this person, all right, the smiling face, and it's beautiful. Right, it's very colorful, it's beautiful, and this is where exactly most of our customers are getting attracted. Right, the easy navigation. You can access this workday from your mobile, you can access this workday from your tab. Right, you don't need to sit in any sort of, you don't need to really sit in the office. You can work, right, if you have a active internet connection, and if you have a very good browser like Chrome or Firefox, then you are all good. Go and sit beside a pool and you can start working. All right, that is the level of, easy, or the level of, okay, they brought the cloud ERP into picture. Okay, so that's a quick you know highlights on the tenant, how it looks like and what exactly we do. And your practice, everything is going to be on the tenant. All right, so whatever I teach you is going to be on day-to-day basis. We have the assignments, we have the quick knowledge test which you will be going through. You have lots and lots of homework which you have to do. Okay, so that you will practice in this tenant. Okay, so one point is clear for somebody who wanted to ask me, do I get tenant for practice? The answer is yes. So what exactly, do I have the assignments to practice? Yes. Do you provide any documentation? That answer, it's not, I will not be answering it, the organizer would be answering that particular question for you, and the answer is yes, of course. Okay, so moving on to the other agenda of our particular training is organization setup. Okay, so in the organization setup, we are going to see all this particular organization. So we will see supervisory organization, why I kept it on the top. Okay, why not I could not add it here, right? What is this other organizations that I'm talking about? So we will see what is a supervisory organization, why it is going to be our primary organization comparing with the other organization types, right? So we're going to create a supervisory organization. We're going to select a type of staffing model. Okay, our staffing model is nothing but it's a staffing strategy, guys. All right, we're going to define the staffing strategy before we hire someone, right? So that we are going to do. And the job profile is nothing but job profile, job family, job management, and the position is nothing but, whatever the staffing strategy that you have defined, either you will create a position or you'll go with a job profile. A job profile is nothing but a job characteristics, right? So whenever you might have opened up, you might have seen the Naukri job portal or some other job portal which has a particular job opening, and that has the list of characteristics that they are looking out for, right? Like a kind of job details. Okay, so that information we are going to fill it in the job profile. All right, we will see what is a job profile, how we are going to set it up in the workday, all that. So all this setups which you're going to do is everything within the workday. You don't use third party application or anything. We do everything, all the setups within the workday. All right, and then the compensation. What is the compensation all about? If you see in the particular job opening, you see there is a specific amount which is mentioned between this particular salary. Okay, we are looking out for somebody, so they are giving us the estimation, that the pay package estimation. So if you are interested, so your salary would be between this, based on the interview that is being going to that we are going to conduct, and you will fall somewhere in this particular you know or somewhere in this particular salary segments. All right, so that exactly we're going to set it up in the compensation. We're going to see what are the different uh, elements that we have in the compensation. Okay, we have grade, package, and then the allowances. So we're going to tie all this, okay, and we're going to assign it to the particular job profile. All right, and then the security plays a very important role, and this is one important topic. Okay, so when I'm saying security, you define, right? Now we have how many people in this particular demo, right? We have almost like about 13 people, all right, or let's say 12 people in the batch, right? So let me take one of the person called John, or let me take one of the person Srikant, right? So Srikant or John, let's say these are the two guys who are working as a security admin, right? So these are the two guys who define who see what in the system, right? Who can do what in the tenant, right? So they define all your access. If you are the group of people in an organization, and these two guys will decide what you actually see in the tenant, what you actually can perform in the tenant. All right, that's the role of a security admin. So you play a very critical role in the organization in terms of the security admin. All right, that we are going to learn. And the next is the business process configuration. So the business process configuration is nothing but your particular workflow, right? So the security admin itself, who holds the particular business process configuration role as well, so he takes care of the business process configuration, where he define, or where he say that, okay, this is a set of steps, or this is a set of rules that everybody needs to follow before we hire someone, right? So what he's exactly doing, a business process admin, he defines the job, he defines the workflow. He says that this is the way my organization is going to work, and you have to follow that. All right, so that's the business process workflow. And moving on, what we're going to see about the HCM transactions, we are going to hire. All right, so once we are good with all the setups, all right, till the business process, we are going to hire somebody. Okay, so we're going to hire somebody, we're going to create a pre-hire, we're going to hire someone, and we are going to see the transactions, like, we will do a compensation change, we will request a one-time payment, all right, we will give him a bonus, we will transfer him from one location to another location. We will transfer him from one supervisory organization to another supervisory organization, and then we will transfer him from let's say, from one manager to another manager, right? Or we will assign him a dotted line manager, and we will terminate him at the end, right? So we will see all these, like a complete life cycle of an employee, right, who joins in an organization, that we are going to see that with the HCM transactions, right, post all our particular setups, right? So whatever you have learned till the HCM transaction, business process configuration and the HCM transactions, this is your functional requirement, guys. This is what exactly your functional is going to be on. All right, so not only that, okay, to ensure that you guys will not end up only with the functional, we have also decided to give you a particular technical training as well. So our technical stands for, as I already told you guys, the word technical means in Workday is integrations. All right, so one more important thing that I wanted to say this, okay, so there is no prerequisite for this particular training program, guys. All right, unlike the other ERP tools, they will ask you for that you need to be coming from an ERP background, or you need to have some knowledge of something. All right, so we don't need that. All right, so only thing is that you must understand the concept of the HR, and if you were an employee, all right, with any of the organization, you should know how it works. All right, and if somebody don't know the basic about the the HR functionality, the HR concept functionality, that's fine. I will just quickly take you guys on a high level about the HR concept functionally. All right, the HR concept functionality basically. Yep. And one more thing I wanted to say that is that the particular topics, whatever the training agenda that I'm giving you, right, this is designed in such a way that every chapter is linked and dependent with the preceding topics, guys. So you have to ensure that without any miss out, you have to ensure that you will attend the session on time, and you will what you will not miss out on any of the sessions, okay, because every topic is dependent on the other topic, and I'm not going to wait for you guys. Okay, when I'm saying I'm not going to wait, I wanted you guys to attend your sessions every day, and I would expect you guys to finish off your assignments and show me the assignments on the next day. Okay, if I find that anybody is not practicing, if I find that anybody is not regular to the class, I'm fine to kick them out of the session. All right, I'm fine to talk to the organizer on the same thing. All right, so take this particular training very seriously, that you're learning a new technology, that you are going to be sitting in as a Workday consultant. Okay, so prepare, take this particular training seriously. That's what actually I will ask you guys to do. And talking about the integration topic, what exactly we're going to cover, what exactly we're going to cover in this. So we have, okay, when I'm saying integration, we're going to interact with the other systems, guys. Okay, that can be inbound or with the outbound. When I'm saying inbound and outbound, I'm going to send the data or I'm going to receive the data. Okay, so the integration, the interface that we are going to build with the third party applications or with the other vendors using the particular tools, integration tools. So we have three tools, guys. We have EIB, that is Enterprise Interface Builder, and we have Code Connector, and we have Workday Studio. Right, so out of this, if you ask me, we are going to learn about the two integration tools, which is our EIB and the Core Connector plus document transformation, which is our 97% of our integrations built on. And the Workday Studio, I will give you an overview about it. What exactly is that? All right, the reason why we're not covering the studio, that complicates your interview. Okay, and I don't suggest you guys to get onto the Workday Studio immediately, right now. And also we will be taking you guys through the reporting tool, how we going to access the data. All right, so the data whatever is there in the tenant, I will, all right, we have a tool that is a report writer tool where we will go ahead and create the reports. That topic we are going to cover, and more on the advanced side we are also going to cover the calculated fields. What are the custom fields, how we are going to create it, all right, and how we are going to make use of them in the reports. Yeah, the report writer topic. Okay, so that is all about the particular training agenda, guys. Okay, so yeah, now let's have a quick question and answer session. I'm done with the workday training schedule, whatever is here, and yes, that's it. You can start off your question.
Hey, Karthik, this is John. I'm new to this system, so I just have a quick question. Like, they said you have to have a Workday account. Like, if you open a Workday account, does it show up in the Workday system as well?
Okay, so John, let me ask you this question. What exactly you mean by workday account? What do you wanted to open?
Like everybody who worked in like a Workday project, Workday already have an account within them, right? Since they are the central to all the services they are providing. It's not like a Oracle where you can just implement your own and have your own users and give them access and stuff like that.
Exactly, correct. So workday training and the tenant is very restricted. So it's not like the other technology where you will install in your computer and you will create your own users and everything. No. So workday tenant is that's why I said it's a delivered, guys. All right. So all the services are being delivered by workday, and we are just going to use that. Right. For you to access it, you have to get onto the project. Right. So currently, the organizer is sharing the tenant with us for your practice and everything. But again, if you post training, or you know in future if you wanted to get you wanted to learn the workday, you need to have a tenant. All right, for you to get the tenant, only possible way is you have to be in the workday project.
So just to clear thing out, this is a Workday project, but it is like a practice project, or it is a real project with a tenant?
Real project.
Okay.
Oh, you mean to say that the tenant which I am going to use now?
Yeah.
That's a implementation project. I mean implementation tenant. So that is strictly for you to implement it.
Okay.
Hi, this is Kshitij. I have a question.
Go ahead, Kshitij.
Do we get recording for each session for us to review after the time?
Strictly no.
No.
No recordings.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. The level of training that I'm going to give you, that is more than enough. All right, you don't require a recording. All right, and understand, guys. Okay, when I'm going to give you the assignment, when I'm going to give you a documentation, and when you are concentrating, when you're giving your 101% in the training, I don't think so you require a recording. And even if I give you, I can give you 101% assurance that you are not going to again look back to those recordings if you have learned perfectly. All right, so my training, I can give you 101% assurance. All right, with the kind of assignments, if you're following every day, you will not need really the recordings. All right, so anyways, a no to recordings. All right, very simple, guys. You got to also understand that. All right, I am also a person who is working. Right, so only thing is that I'm working as a freelancer, right, training you guys. So it is also a kind of a job security for me as well. Right, so no recordings, but the kind of assignments that I'm going to give you, that is more than enough. Okay,
Now, how do we communicate with you if we have any question between two sessions?
you can always, we are always available. The organizer and I'm available to ask. So you can always drop an email to us and we'll quickly respond to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Karthik, it's Suresh here.
Hi, Suresh. Please tell me.
Yeah, I'm a little late to class. So I need to know, I have a couple of questions. First one,
Go ahead.
what's the duration of this course? And the second one, is it a complete into functional or into technical, or what it is actually? And so you said technical, the last topic only for the technical. And the
Yes.
third question will be,
Mhm.
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, finish off your question.
The tenant access, you're saying, right? So tenant
Yes.
access will be for how many days, and in a day, how many hours, if it is there, tenant
All
access.
right. So the first question, is this going to be a functional or a technical? It's going to be a techno-functional training, right?
Mhm.
Because we wanted you guys to stand out in the market unique. I don't want you to be a specific functional and then technical, because currently the market is looking out for the techno-functional consultants. All right. So that's why your training is going to be on the techno-functional, modules.
Okay.
And your other question to the tenant, yes, your tenant is available throughout your training. You can practice at any point of time. All that the organizer is expecting you guys to give you is your schedule, what time you're going to come in, because there are other people as well in the, let's say, in the same batch, all right, who needs to also practice, right? We have almost, like about 20 computers you can access at any point of time. The only thing is that you give a proper schedule so that we can have a person assigned to you, and he will help you sharing the tenant. All right. And the tenant access, it will be for 2 months. Okay. For you until, all right, most probably, right, within 2 months you can practice a lot.
So a daily, it's an hour class, or how is it?
Okay, so initially, how it is going to be is we will start with 45 minutes. All right, when I'm saying 45 minutes, the first 2 or 3 days session will just be on the 45 minutes and 1 hour, between below 1 hour, because we keep adding the people. All right, there are new people who will be joining, or there are people who will be, uh, you know, coming and going, and all this, some things will happen. So just to ensure that we go little slow initially, okay, and then moving on slowly, we will move on to the 1.5 hour session. And also we might also go to the 2 hours. The maximum is 2 hours of session. And it's not about the duration, guys. Okay, I am not going to look at the duration. Okay, how much time I'll be only strictly taking it for 1 hour, I'll be taking it strictly for 45 minutes, nothing as such. Okay, only thing is that we have to finish off our daily agenda. Okay, I have my agenda to cover, and you have your agenda to learn. So we have to cover that. That's a target. All right. So when I'm saying agenda to cover, so we have to learn each and every module, all right, on the day wise. So I'm not going to look at the another particular timing.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
Okay,
you.
if it is taking it more than 2 hours, then I would let you know, guys. Guys, this is going to take 2 hours. Is it fine to continue the session? If you guys are okay, I'm okay to continue the session. Right? If in case if somebody have a request, then we will take up the same topic moving to the next day. That's what exactly we were doing it so far. So there is nothing like a strict timings that we are going to follow.
Are there any modules in Workday? And if yes, what all modules will be covering during the training program?
Okay, so during the training program, we are going to cover the compensation, we are going to cover the security, we're going to cover the business process, we're going to cover the report writer and calculated fields, we're going to cover the integration modules. So there are other modules as well, okay, but for you to first get onto the Workday project, you would need this. Okay, whatever the training agenda that we are going to cover, all those are very important for you to get onto the Workday project. And then it depends on your organization requirement, all right, so they will get you trained. All right, this is not the end of your learning, guys, right? There is a lot to learn. Okay, so your first step getting into the Workday project, this training, all right, our training will help you to get onto the Workday project. Okay, because this is a core service that you would definitely know, need to know before you work on, right? Even if you ask me, what exactly the Workday follows, this training, whatever the training that I'm going to give you, is each and everything is an individual module. right? And do you know how much a particular organization is going to spend on a particular employee? It's only the not even the functional, I would say. Only the core services part is about $3,800. All right. So per person. And again, the report writer is an individual cost. Again, the particular integration tools, specific one single tool like EIB, core connector, that's again individual cost. And the thing about the cost is that, right, the organization will think about investing, the amount on you, all right, before they hire. But if you say that you are already working and you already, you got trained on this, so you are reducing the expenses for the organization. That's the easy way that you are getting into the workday. Okay, because everyone needs to get trained on this. Without knowing the core HCM, nobody can work on that. All right,
Okay.
does that answer
Thank
your
you.
question? Perfect. Any more questions?
Okay, Kartik, how is the job market for this technology?
Workday currently it is in boom, guys. All right, so there is a lot of requirement in Workday. That's why I said, okay, so the reason why I'm training you on techno functional, people are, there are so many people who are moving on to Workday. All right, there are SAP guys moving on like me, there are PeopleSoft guys who are moving on. All right, there are so many other technology guys. But what happening in the market is currently they don't want only a person who can work on technical, or they don't want a person who is only working on functional. They want somebody a combination who can handle both the requirements. All right, so that's why I'm training you guys on the techno functional. And yes, the market is very good currently on Workday.
Karthikeya, I have a general question. This is
Go
Kshitij.
ahead. Mhm.
Once you train on a work day, do you need to available full time, or you can also work as a freelance and on the part time or any other hourly basis? Is it possible?
It is possible, but it depends on your particular, organization, requirement. So yes, it is possible.
I
You
see.
can work
Okay,
as a freelancer as well
I see.
for
Thank you.
the implementation. Yeah.
Hmm.
So with this training, you would be also standing as an implementation consultant. So implementer basically. So yes, you can also work.
So, what type of job do you actually get in the market once you are trained? Like, what type of varieties?
Okay. So there is no variety, guys. All right. So the thing is that, all right, your question is very good. So yeah, you would be even in the, there are like three roles, guys, majorly. Either you would be an implementer to implement the whatever you have learned. That is the core HR, what you're going to implement in Workday, right, to your organization. Two, you would be supporting. Somebody has implemented it and you would be supporting it, all right, in the support role. And three, you would be the developer working on the enhancements. These are the only three roles, all
But
right?
do you get
But
that knowledge?
implementer and the developer,
Do
sorry,
you actually get the knowledge within 6 weeks to work as a developer?
that depends on how you are going to practice. That
I
depends on
see.
how attentive you are in the session. That, all right, but I will give you 101% assurance. Yes, the 6 weeks of your training, if you're really if you're putting your efforts,
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's more than enough.
Hey Karthik, this is Deepali.
Yes, Deepali.
I just wanted to know, like in SAP, if we integrate the system, there is a lot of technical work involved, like ABAP and all those things. But in
Mhm.
the Workday, you said there is only like two things, like EIB and Core Connector to connect integrate the system.
Correct.
So, is it like do we need to do some kind of like technical stuff, like the coding or something like that in that, or it just direct how it works out?
Okay, that's a very good question. All right. So the word technical means, as I said, there is no coding. All right, in the first thing, and when I'm saying technical in Workday, it is only the integration part across the globe. It's only the integrations. There is no other technical work like like you will be one person will be DBA, one person will be admin, nothing as such. All right. When I'm saying a technical word, so it's only the purely an integrations. So the integrations does not require you to do any sort of coding. All right. That's an inbuilt tool that they provide within the Workday tenant, and you just use that template based tool to build the integration. Right? And yes, the Workday Studio requires a little bit of coding. When I'm saying not the coding even, okay, because Workday Studio is something which is built on Java based. It's an Eclipse based tool. Basically, it's a third party tool which we are going to use, but that does not really require, all right, the coding even. All that you require is a basic knowledge on the XML and XSLT. All right, that you can learn from different sources. Okay, so that's the basic knowledge what we would expect you to learn the language, not even the coding part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you
Hello,
think
Karthikeya. This is Mohan.
Yes, Mohan.
Yeah, I just like to know what is the future of this workday after the 5 years. So down the line, 5 years,
All right,
and
so
what
if you
are the
ask about the future of the Workday, see, I have been, all right, I was also in the same situation asking the same question, all right, exactly
okay,
6 years before.
okay,
Right, so it is very good currently. There is a huge demand in the market currently. Right, and yes, even the future is also going to be in the same way, because there is no other particular technology, right? Let's say PeopleSoft is now in cloud, but they're not built on cloud. All right, but Workday is built on cloud. SAP is also not built on cloud.
Yes.
It is now moving on. Right, that's a new module. Currently they are getting onto the cloud. So these guys are not built on cloud, and they don't have a future. All right, or they don't have the benefits of person who can access it anywhere. Right, as I said, I can access it on my mobile, I can access it on the tab. All right, and the kind of functionality, the graphical representation they're going to give you, you can perform everything. All right, it's like a shopping site you're accessing. All right, that's what majorly the customers are getting attracted. There are major clients. If you get onto the workday.com site, if you see the list of clients, they have so many. And there are, you got to attend one session with Workday. Once you're in the project, there is a yearly, we will have a conference, right? Workday Raising Conference. You will see how many clients are going to join in an year. Right, so that you will get an option only. Basically that is being attended by the director and the manager level. So only those guys will get an opportunity, because that happens in Europe. And yeah, so that's yearly once. That's an annual meet which will happen by Workday. So you will get to know what is the actual future of Workday. That we call it as Workday Raising.
you mean to say that there is no competitive product for this in the market as of now? I mean, I like to know
As of
what are the
now,
other, yeah, other than this. I mean, other than Oracle and SAP. But I have seen in the when I'm googling that one what the competitive products, I'm seeing some of the names, but I did not remember that one.
you might have seen Oracle Fusion.
No.
Yes, yes, you did.
Maybe success factor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even I heard that. Yeah.
correct. So these are not all are the up to the particular Workday guys. All right. The reason why, because Workday is already is one of the best practice. All right. Most of the organizations are saying this is the best practice. Okay. So Oracle Fusion, they have many challenges. Okay. I don't say Workday does not have the challenges, but comparing with the other technologies, these are very minimal. Right, people expect, all right, like the PeopleSoft and the SAP, they have the customizations. So whereas in Workday there is no customization option. Whatever is delivered, they have to strictly use that. I can say that is only one option where the client might think of going, I mean, not opting for the Workday, but rest everything is easy.
Okay.
I see only that is lacking, but rest is everything is good with Workday. So there is only one possibility where the customer will not opt. But so far, even the people who are there from years in PeopleSoft, years from SAP, they are moving on. So that there is a very good future in the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the demanding module only HCM or any other modules in this?
We have two modules, guys. Basically, Workday supports two modules. One is HCM and other one is financial. Financial is something which is about 3 years now. It is just new into the market. But HCM is there about now, like close to 10 years now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Karthikeyan, this is Sitij.
Yes, Kshitij.
Um, so after this class, once you start applying for the job, don't they need any type of certification? How difficult it is to get the job without any proper document, or what do they ask in general?
Okay, very good question. So you don't require, okay, this is not like the other technologies where you would require a certification. All right. So it is not mandatory. All right. Another thing is that what exactly they're going to ask you, whatever you have learned so far, right? They're going to ask you only on this. Globally, any company that you're going to join, all right, whatever you have learned, they're going to ask you only on that. They're going to ask you on the core HR part. They're going to ask you on the integrations. That's it. So whatever you're learning, your interview is also going to be based on that. It's not that you're going to represent in the profile and that's why they're going to ask you looking at your profile. No, because if you say Workday consultant, they know these are the set of questions they have to ask you. All right. So we know what exactly the function is. There is nothing else. Okay, there is nothing else. If you are specifying, then all right, as I said, this is your first step getting onto the project. So all your questions, even a person who is tenured about 3 to 4 years in Workday, they will have the same questions. All right, the same thing what you're working on, even they will have the same questions. It's not that a 3 years experienced guy will have an advanced questions which would be given and a 1 year experienced guy will have a, like a easy questions. There's nothing as such. Everybody will have the same equal question which you're getting trained on, right? The topics that
So
you're going to train.
if the
Yeah.
company size of like 50 to 100 employees, when they start this project for the Workday, how many people normally they hire? Just one person?
No. See, for the implementation, if you're getting into see, there are implementation companies, guys. Like we have Day9, we have let's say Aon, we have Deloitte, we have Accenture, we have IBM, we have Aperio. If you get onto the Workday side, there are so many people who are implementers. Okay, so as well as there are customers as well. Okay, so if you're getting into an implementation client if you're getting into an implementation company, then you would be handling multiple projects in terms of implementation. Okay,
No, I
so
mean
when I'm saying Mhm.
as a
Go
freelance.
ahead.
Once you start working as a freelance.
Okay, so yeah, so with the freelancing as well, you have to work on, you'll be working, if you are an implementer, you will be working on the multiple projects. So it's not that only you will be working. It would be almost like about a 10 members team, because you
No,
might be handling a compensation module and somebody else will be handling a security module. It's not
I
that
see.
everything you will be doing everything.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So I was asking you about from the customer's perspective, not from consultant
the
perspective.
implementer. Okay,
Right.
the customer's perspective, it is the same. Right, they expect 10 people to be working, and if it is in the support, they expect 5 people to be managing it. So 2 people
I
will be working on the enhancement, 3 people will be on the support side, right, in terms of their tickets handling, Workday troubleshooting steps and all that. So yeah, every organization has a minimum of 5 and more than that as well.
so I believe the
Depends on Mhm.
implementer's job will be like for the limited time, while support personnel will be there forever.
Correct. Yeah,
I see. Thank you.
thank you.
Karthikeyan, sorry.
Please go ahead, no problem.
Uh, in Fusion, the database, see, in Workday, how the data will come. like, there is no database concept here, right? So inbound data, how it will comes to Workday?
Sorry?
The inbound data. So if we are building a reports in a Workday, we need a data, right? Then how it will be coming, right?
We access it to the report writer tool. You mean to say the load, the data which is going to
Yeah.
get into Workday?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's again with the integration tools. We have EIB for that to load it. Inbound EIB. But I'll show you, okay, when we are getting onto the integration topics, I will show
Okay.
you how we are going to do a mass hire. Right? When I'm saying mass hire, a bulk hire.
So, Karthik, at this techno-functional training, how do you differentiate between functional and technical side? Like, what's the major difference when you include a technical part?
So if you're working on the integrations, you're a technical consultant. If you're working on the, the functional requirement in our agenda, it is there till business process and the HCM transactions. So if you're working on that, that's a functional. But always prefer to be a techno-functional, guys. Don't be stick around with the functional. I don't know technical, and somebody say that I can't talk much, so I wanted to be in only in the technical. I cannot be in functional. Don't say that. All right, leave everything that. All right, currently the market is looking for the techno-functional people. So be prepared to be a techno-functional. If you're lacking behind, in terms of handling the users, in terms of troubleshooting, or in terms of talking much, learn it. Okay, it's not a science. Learn that. So be a techno-functional consultant. That
I see.
also have you a more demand in the market, right? That's a added advantage for you only, right? That's why I'm giving you a techno-functional training.
I see. Thank you.
All right, there is no benefit for me, guys, in terms of giving you the technical or a functional. So the reason why why we mixed up both, it's a advantage for you to stand out in the market.
So, are you
All
going
right.
to be in the training session like throughout all 25 days, or there will be somebody else too?
That's again a very good question. I am the trainer, so yeah, of course, I will be throughout your particular training. Okay, so I'm the only person who is going to train you on, and organizer would be Abhishek. Only you would see only we both till the end of the training. And for the accessing the tenant, for related to your documentation, he will take care of it. So related to your training, I will take care of it for you. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Thanks.
Perfect. So go ahead, okay, in the chat. So go ahead and fill in your details and the organization. Thank you once again.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for for giving us a demo. That was nice talking to you.
Thank you.